Cris Cyborg fans, rejoice. One of MMA's GOATs returning to the cage, and it is in just a few short months away. The featherweight champion will defend her strap Bellator 300, which is shaping up to be one of the best cards in promotion history. And for the first time ever, there will be not one, not two, not three, but 4 title fights on the line in San Diego. This will be Cyborg's first fight in more than a year. Her first since resigning with Bellator in a new deal back in May. 38-year-old MMA's only Grand Slam champion will face top contender Cat Zingano October 7th on a card in Showtime out in Southern California. Zingano has won all 4 of her Bellator fights en route to this Bellator 300 grudge match. And without further ado, we welcome in the champ Cris Cyborg to CBS Sports HQ. So the announcement coming today, champ, how are you feeling about being on a card that has not 1, 2, or 3, but 4 title fights?
Now I'm very excited and very honored to be Bellator 300, and I've been training hard, and I'm excited to fight Cat Zingano. It's going to be a great show, and in San Diego. I live in San Diego in a little while, so I'll have a lot of friends, family there. It'll be good.
Pachanga knows how to have a good time, Cris. So tell me a little bit first about this fight, because you and Cat have gone back a little bit and forth, and Cat said some things, and maybe you've said some things, but take us through the anticipation you have for this fight coming up.
I really didn't like talk too much, on social media, and then promote the fight. Like, I don't speak bad about my opponent. I believe Cat Zingano is a great opponent. She's the #1 contender for 145 pounds. She's won and defeated for 4 fights. So it'll be a great fight. She's a great fighter. She beat Amanda Nunes. She beat Misha Tate. I believe it's going to be a great match. And I'll be already working on with my team. She's southpaw. I did my last boxing fight with one southpaw girl. So it was going to be a very good fight. And, she's been told a lot of things about, Cris, I want the extra random test before the fight, so no problem. After 4th of July, show up in my house commission, we did another random test, so both passed. And I'm really excited for this fight. It's going to be great.
It should be great. And you mentioned training for this fight, and I mentioned maybe potentially a little bit of cage rush, nothing to do with your training. Can you tell your fans what kind of camp you plan on having? Will you be doing anything maybe differently leading up to San Diego?
My last 2 fight boxing, I work with a lot of my boxing, so helping me, upgrade my game a little bit for mixed martial arts. But, Cat Zingano, she's from grappling. I've been working a lot of wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and my strike, of course, is my power, my strong one. And, I love exciting fights. If I have the opportunity to finish a fight strike, this is the one thing I love it. People love it, watching these exciting fights. But, I have jiu-jitsu. I'm a black belt for Cobrinha. So I believe it's going to be a great fight. And, she's a tough opponent, and it's going to be a great show for everybody. Go watch it live there. It's going to be amazing.
I know back in May it was announced that you had re-signed with Bellator. Take us through sort of what that was like, deciding to stick with Bellator, and then obviously getting back in the cage, wanting to fight for the promotion.
Bellator for me is a family. I worked with Scott Coker beginning of my career. When I got my first title, Strike Force, it was Scott Coker, worked together. And I have amazing time with him. So we did it 5 years now with Bellator, and then I have the opportunity to resign with them. I love work Bellator as a whole all family. I'm really thankful to be part of this Bellator 300 and to be a history. And the work of Scott Coker. And I love my fans, and it's really nice. I want to defend my title more times in Bellator, and doing great, doing great fight for my fans.
So it's obviously worked out, champ. You're fighting again, Cat Zingano at Bellator 300. But I know during the, I guess you could call it free agent process, when you were deciding which promotion to maybe go to or stay with Bellator, Kayla Harrison was brought up as well. Do you still maybe are hopeful that you may be able to fight, or do you think that window's closed?
No, I believe, if we are both continue fighting, and, she lost her last fight, so I know her contract is going to finish in December. I believe this fight still can happen. I've been working a lot of southpaw, and she's a southpaw, she's a grappler, so it's a little bit close, similar, camp Cat Zingano. I think he step up for continued training, and I believe this fight's a great too, great fight for the ones I make.
So we're talking about your fight coming up, and we appreciate the time as always, champ. Now, my social team wants me to ask you a few fun things now that you're back to being in Bellator, and we're able to see you in October. So I'm going to list off a few here. First off, do you have any aspirations of maybe doing WWE down the road or some type of pro wrestling? Do you enjoy sort of the entertainment part of that?
No, I believe it is different, because when you fight MMA, you really cannot show you feel the punch. So, and then when you do WWE, like you do acting together, fighting. But for sure, I love challenges. The opportunity show up, I'm going to do my best and the big show for my fans.
And then the next one is obviously the Mount Rushmore of female fighters in mixed martial arts. And you cannot pick yourself, but do you have your 4 favorite female fighters of all time? We're going to put you on the spot.
So I like Rosie. And Rosa Namajunas. I like Joanna. I think she was an exciting fight. I like Holly. I think she's a great example for all the fighters. And then I'm gonna get the Brazilian. They call her Cyborginha. So she's a great fighter too.
Okay, love the 4. I'm writing it down there. You said Doug Rose, young Jacek, Holly, and the Brazilian. Speaking of Brazilians, there's a video we have of you, and it's from a couple of years ago with you and Fabricio Verdum dancing out there. How much do you enjoy what you post on social media with your fans? Here it is right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's you guys there doing your thing.
It was like one challenge in Brazil. It's like one funny country dance. So we're getting together with Verdum. Verdum going to have a fight too soon. Against Zingano, and we're very close friends too. So we have the opportunity to fight together in Strikeforce, work with Scott Coker too. So it's all the time. If you don't train, and then if you train, if you're friends, you have fun. So it was a nice challenge.
All right, champ, certainly appreciate it. I'm told we're running out of time, but we certainly appreciate you joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. We look forward to your fight, Bellator 300, in October on Showtime. That is Cris Cyborg, the GOAT, joining us here on theCUBE. And of course, we're leading up to that historic card for Bellator coming up in October. There it is. And then we also have Bellator 298 coming up this week here. Friday night from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Amanda Guerra will be on the fight desk there. It is going to be headlined by Storley and Ward. The 1-8 matchup in the welterweight division. Make sure to check that out Friday, 10 Eastern on Showtime.
Tommy, looking back on the show, what was your favorite part?
Working through little mind bumps, speed bumps, like landmines. I was trying to say landmines, and then I went mind bumps, like speed bumps and games. That's just what we're going to have for you next hour of CBS Sports HQ.
No more mind bumps?
No more mind bumps. It was almost as bad as like you making fun of me for saying like doink or something last week.
Boink.
Oh, boink. That's
Tommy
what
Tran, Jenny Dell. We'll see you soon.